So you want to know how to generate leads on Facebook for free? In today's video, we're going to talk about how you could use your personal Facebook profile to generate free leads on autopilot. And yes, 100% free leads, and anyone with a Facebook account can do it. Don't miss a second of this video. Welcome to Entrepreneur's Toolbox. I'm Jonathan, and I'm here to help you find the tools to build an income online. I upload new videos every week, so make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified every time that a new video goes live. By the end of this video, you'll see how easily you'll be able to funnel leads to a link and make sales and capture their email addresses. Because growing your email list is actually the most valuable resource that you can grow while growing online. For my email marketing, I actually use ActiveCampaign, and I love it. I'll drop a link to ActiveCampaign in the description. So today, we're just going to talk about how you could use something called a Facebook profile funnel in order to either grow your Facebook group, grow your YouTube channel, make affiliate sales, build your list, whatever your purpose is. You could use this to grow and get free traffic. And I know that a lot of people struggle with starting online because they're like, I can't afford ads. I can't afford to grow with ads. But there's always a way to do it organically and free. And in all honesty, you can get so much free traffic from using a Facebook profile funnel that it's almost unexcusable not to be doing it.
Exactly. There's really things that you can just change and set up once, and then it's going to give you traffic, and it would be silly not to do it, really, or a shame not to do it, at least.
I'm just going to show you how I have a Facebook profile set up on my personal profile. So this is my actual personal profile for my Facebook account. So there's a couple of things that you're going to want to do when you set up a profile funnel. And first thing that I do is I focus on these links right here. You could edit the details, click edit, and you could decide what you want to show. And pretty much anything except for these links, I completely make invisible. It's not important, when I joined Facebook with this account, or when my birthday is, where I grew up, or what my hometown is. All these information that a typical Facebook account would, be important to a normal Facebook account, it is not important here at all. So, because all what matters is the link you're trying to funnel people towards. The less amount of links and less amount of clutter, the better in this area. So I have 3 links, which is actually probably a little bit much. You should try and get it down to 1 if possible. So you can get those 3 links, or these links that I have here, or just 1 link, and put it right here. So that's the only thing that is visible in your bio. And then the second thing that you'd want to do is this featured photo. You could have a bunch of different photos. So you have your photos that you posted on your profile, but you could have a featured photo. And you want to be telling people to click on this link. Tell people to click on this link. Join the free Facebook group. There's the link for the Facebook group. It's arrows pointing towards that link. Take action today, telling people what to do. A certain percentage of people that come to your profile are going to click on that. So another thing that you do is that when you click on it, you also tell people that actually click on it what to do in the description of the photo. And then another commonly overlooked spot to do that is also right here. A very popular way to do this one is to actually make it look like there's a button, like what I've done here. Tell people to click this button. When they click it, look, now there's a link here. A certain percentage of people that click on your photo are going to click this button. It doesn't have to be a Facebook group, but whatever this link is, a certain percentage of people that come to your group or your profile are going to click this. So you basically have this text right here, and then you'd have your links, whatever link you're trying to promote, and then you'd have this photo pointing at the same link. So people will able to go to that and they'll find your link.
I think the idea that we have to remember is, what do we want people to do when they land on our profile? Isn't that right? And if we want them, our biggest aim is to get them to join our Facebook group, then everything should point towards that. If our biggest aim is to get them to click on the product that we're selling, for instance, or on the go and watch our YouTube channel, then that's what should be there. That's make it very clear what people have to do and where to click.
Now I'll just go to the group. Since I'm already I'll take you down the funnel. So I'm going to go to my Facebook group. I've already accepted everybody into the group. So if somebody came to my group, you know, they would have to join the group. I'm obviously already joined. I've already joined my own group. But when somebody asks to join a group, I'm going to go to moderate group. You could ask a couple questions. You could ask a couple questions to just find out what like if they're right for your group, or you want to keep spammers out, membership questions. So I just have 2 in there right now. You know, this one is kind of a one that I have to weed out potential spammers. Basically saying like, agree to not spam. People that don't answer that, they're obviously not going to contribute to the group. They're going to just be taking from it. So that's a good way just to weed out spammers. Another one is that I require an email address to join the group, not necessarily because I'm not going to try and spam anybody. That's not what it's about. It's more about being able to reach out to them and form a community of people that actually, if you don't want to hear from me, then why are you joining my group?
Yeah.
It's like, so I look at it that way. So that's why I make that required.
I think you're right about the questions. It's so important because it does definitely stop the spammers, and yeah, it's super important.
Yeah, the questions are huge. And
yeah. And what we were saying as well before we met, before we went live, I mean, getting people's email addresses, I think it's just so important because, you know, I've heard of really big Facebook groups that have been shut down for no apparent reason. Exactly. So if suddenly you lose your group, then if you have no way of contacting the members of your group, then I can't bear to even imagine that. That must be awful.
It's not like they're not going to think necessarily to go like, oh man, his group got shut down or her group got shut down. I gotta find a way. So you're collecting information. It's not like you're not collecting spam information. That's key. It's not spam information. It's information to reach out to people that you can deliver value to, just the same way that you'd be doing in your group or on your profile funnel, or if you're doing YouTube, your YouTube delivering value. It's all about delivering value, and that's just another way to reach out to people to deliver value.
Exactly.
If you get value out of these videos, make sure that you like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified every time that a new video goes live. If you have any requests for videos, let me know in the comments. I'm here to serve you, and I want to make sure that I'm making videos on subjects that you want to learn about.
Here, back on the Facebook, when you go to the profile, go to moderate groups, and you can go to membership request. So this is a Google Sheet. This is a Chrome plugin that I use to collect email addresses, so I don't have to like copy and paste every question and answer before I accept or decline a Facebook group request. So they give you the software is called Group Convert that I use, and they give you a template for it's a Google Sheet, and you copy it, and then you could paste it here, and then as you accept people into this. If you hit accept all, it will copy everybody into the plugin, and then the plugin will push it to a Google Sheet. Let me show you real quick, just so you can see. So when you hit accept all, there's nothing there right now, just because I accepted everybody into the group before this live.
Yeah.
So.
No, but that's great. That's really handy, especially if you starting to get quite a few requests to get into the group. Yeah.
So
this
plugin that it would bring up, and it would just the same information would just be brought here. You hit push to Google Sheet, and it would be pushed to a Google Sheet. There you go. And this is just what it looks like. There's no information, but it would show the group that it came from, their Facebook user ID, and then. You know, when they joined Facebook, the answers and questions and answers to the questions, which I think is the most important thing. And then, you know, information, their name, also important. So that way, what you could do is you could use a software like, you know, I don't know if you've heard of Zapier is a really popular one. You could use something like that to take this Google Sheet and have it imported directly into your autoresponder. And I use ActiveCampaign, and it works perfectly with ActiveCampaign, and I'm not sure about the every single one, but I'm pretty much Zapier works with everything, so I'm sure it would work.
No, that's great. And again, I mean, there we were talking about, you know, driving traffic to your Facebook group, but this could work with you know, with anything else really. If you don't have a Facebook group, but again, if you want to get your YouTube channel to grow, or you want people to click on a particular or a funnel, you know, an offer product you're promoting, or offer them a lead magnet or something, you know, you can really use your Facebook profile to do that. And as long as, I think you made such a good point, Jonathan, at the beginning, don't put too many links, because, you know, a confused mind just doesn't know what to do, so they won't do anything. So if there's like 10 links, they'll end up not clicking on a single one. So less is more, really.
You know, I kind of have that same sort of feeling sometimes when people give you a bonus, say you buy something, there's a bonus, and they're like, I'm going to give you 100 of my courses that I've done. Yeah. Like, you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do. So most people, that they don't know where to start, they do nothing.
Exactly. I have the same feeling, totally, yeah.
I could show you real quick exactly a super easy way. Again, I use ActiveCampaign, so I'll show you how to do it with ActiveCampaign. But it's super simple, and people typically overthink this. You could make a full-fledged funnel. You could use ClickFunnels, DropFunnels. I think even GetResponse has a funnel software built into their platform, if that's what you prefer, keep it all in one place, whichever one you decide to do. But I'll show you that I use ActiveCampaign, and for the first, I think, 500 subscribers to your email list, I think they charge about $15 a month for that. So it's an easy way to get started with that without spending a lot of money. So this is just a really basic thing. These are some that I haven't really used them for a while, but it's a basic opt-in page. I'm just bring up to the editor so you can see exactly how it would work. I'm giving away a lead magnet with this opt-in page. It's just, you know, this Grow on YouTube quick start guide. It's a PDF that I put together of different things that, you know, I found valuable, that I've learned along the way, that I wish that I knew when I got started, that I wish that somebody put in a PDF and gave it to me and said, follow this to get started. So maybe you have something similar. It doesn't have to be YouTube. I love YouTube, so that's why I promote a lot of YouTube. It's you know, I found my niche, and whatever your niche or whatever you're promoting or whatever you're becoming, you know, the expert at, you just take that information, put it in a PDF. Don't just throw a bunch of garbage in there. Just make sure that it's a really well made. And if you don't want to make it yourself, you can go to something like Fiverr or any of those other sources, and they'll make these products for you. See, it's a very basic landing page or bridge page. Just captures their name and their email address. I have this one set up so it will send an email to them with a link that will have a download link for this PDF. But now they're on my email list. So if I went to, you know, my Facebook profile funnel, like we were talking about, and maybe the link was just to this, because all what I could do is I can go to integrate. It might be different depending on thing, and this is a very basic one. If you use something like ClickFunnels or DropFunnels or any of those ones, they'll be a lot more complicated. So you can get embed codes, but simply as simple as like this link. You create this link, copy this link, maybe make a short like a bit.ly or a link wizard short link with this, and then post in your profile. Then when people click on the link here, they'll opt into your email list. And then maybe another option would be, see, I'm having it go directly to an email list. So maybe the link is delivered, the thing that's delivered afterwards. Here, let me find the right one. So I show thank you. I could say open URL. If I wanted to open a URL, then I could have the URL be an affiliate link. So maybe I'm promoting a product. It could be anything. It could be a high ticket product. It could be a $5 ClickBank product, whatever you want. I mean, however you want to promote it. And then those people will click on it. A certain percentage of them will just give you their name and email address. And then they won't buy the product. But the thing, now they're on your email list, and you could promote those things, and you see, oh, they clicked on it. from my Facebook group, you know, whatever you're promoting, and then you could retarget them in your emails, or you might make a sale. So there's two benefits there.
I think that's very powerful, really. I think the idea is always to try and get the email address of people, you know, and yeah, if they don't buy straight away, they might well buy further down the line, but, you know, give people value in exchange for the email address. And in fact, such a simple concept. And as you say, I think often people overthink it too much. I mean, I used to overthink it terribly, but now I'm, you know, you just, yeah, put together what you know, offer it to people in exchange for their email address, and then continue to email them regularly with value. And that's it. That's it, really. It will grow.
I feel like people overthink this, and you see all these Facebook gurus out there that are promoting, you know, like make money with Facebook, free traffic, blah, blah, blah. It's so much simpler than what they present it to be. You get people to click, and then you ask, like, how are people coming to your Facebook profile? Well, like, come down to as simple as something as, like, you go and spend time in other groups, where, you know, go to where your audience is. So say you're selling, you know, car parts, you know, whatever it is, selling car parts. You know, you find other groups where people are into cars, or maybe like restoring cars or car parts and stuff like that. And you start chatting with people, providing value. Don't just spam other people's stuff. Like, hey, come join my group, or come check out my profile. Somebody has a question, you give them a legitimate answer. Like, say somebody, car parts. Say somebody's like, oh man, that engine is better. Like, well, I like this engine, and this is why. You help them, you know, use this particular thing worked better, and then they'll go like, oh, and then they'll click on your link. They'll find some interest, and maybe a certain percentage will click on that link. It doesn't even necessarily have to be the person that you've replied to.
Exactly. I think that is such a good point. And really, you know, you have to think in terms of relationships. You know, it's exactly as if you at an evening and you meet people, and they have a question, and you just, or you know, they're talking about something, and you give your insights, you give value, you say, yeah, I noticed that this worked really well for me. And keep it very simple, very natural, and then people will, you know, we just naturally think, she speaks good sense, or he was really helpful, and then they click on the profile, and all this part is public. So, you know, that's how it just attracts people.
Don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen like the day you start. It's kind of like a spiral, like snowball effect that will start. You know, day one, nothing's really going to happen. Day two, maybe. But after a certain part, because you're playing with the Facebook algorithm at this point. So the Facebook algorithm needs to see that you're being social on a social network. Once they do that, then they'll start promoting you more. So it's the same thing in a lot of different social networks. The more social you are, the more attention your account's going to get, and the more attention your account gets, the more you're going to actually, you know, be promoted and get more people to click your links.
Exactly. No, absolutely. That's such a good point. Absolutely. Don't get discouraged. It does take a bit of time to build up. And again, if you think of the real world, it's exactly like that. You know, when you start in a new job, or you join a new club, at first you're not going to know anyone, and nobody's going to come and talk to you. But then if you go in there regularly, every day, every other day, and you're nice, and suddenly people are going to notice you, and it's going to suddenly grow. And before you know it, you have too many people coming towards you, you know. So you've got to give it time, and just trust that it's going to happen, and it just does, really.
I hope that you see how easy it is to generate leads using your personal Facebook profile, no matter what you're promoting. Make sure to follow every step while you're building your Facebook profile funnel, and you will get the results. Don't forget to collect names and emails from your audience so you can reach out to them later. Again, I use ActiveCampaign and couldn't love it more. I'll put a link to the ActiveCampaign trial in the description. So what method do you use to generate leads on Facebook for free? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, and make sure that you check out this other video on how to generate leads for free using Facebook.